Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you. I'm Neha Bhardwaj Alter and this is Game On. It's time to get rid of Monday blues, and what better way to do it than to get you all the latest from the world of sports. We've got to begin with cricket. All-rounder Nitish Reddy is likely to get his maiden test cap for the first test of the Border Gavaskar Trophy starting in Perth from Friday, as the Indian team management is likely to play him as their fourth seamer. Perth's Optus Stadium is expected to have bounce and carry, and Reddy could be the right fit to shore up the fast bowling department. Jasprit Bumrah, the vice-captain, is set to lead the team in Rohit Sharma's absence. Mohammad Siraj, Harshit Rana, Akashdeep and Prasidh Krishna are the fast bowlers in the squad. Mohammad Shami, who made a comeback in Ranji Trophy after an ankle injury, is not part of the squad, with Hardik Pandya not in the test squad. Reddy is the only pace bowling all-rounder in the team for the 5-match test series. Shardul Thakur, who had featured in India's previous tour of Australia, has fallen down the pecking order. Recently, Reddy played 2 unofficial tests against Australia, in which his only wicket in 4 innings is not a great sign, but there is a belief that he can improve. During the pre-departure press conference, coach Gautam Gambhir said this about Nitish Reddy, and I quote, "The decision to pick Reddy ahead of Shardul is also about moving forward. I think we've picked the best squad who can do the job for us. We all know how incredibly talented Nitish Reddy is, and if given an option, he will deliver for us." The Andhra batting all-rounder has played 21 first-class games and has hit 1 century, 2 50s and taken 56 wickets. He also impressed while playing for Sunrisers Hyderabad during the IPL. Veteran Australian spinner Nathan Lyon believes that rival players often serve as the best coaches. He acknowledges that his Indian counterpart Ravichandran Ashwin has taught him a great deal through their face-off since 2011-2012. Having made their test debuts in the same year, Lyon and Ashwin will face each other for the 8th time in the longest format during the Border Gavaskar Trophy, which begins in Perth on Friday. Praising the veteran Indian spinner, Lyon said, and I quote, "Ash is an incredible bowler. I've gone head-to-head with him for basically my whole career, so I've learned a lot from Ash. He's an incredibly smart bowler, and he's able to learn and adapt very quickly, and I think the best bowlers in the world are able to do that. He used his skills to benefit himself and his team." Lyon further admitted to having studied Ashwin's bowling closely, especially before Australia toured India in the last few years. He said, "Ashwin has taught me a lot. I'm a big believer in the players that you play against are the best coaches that you eventually come across. I have watched a lot of his footage heading over to India, the way he goes about it here in Australia. See, I pick up anything. The way I look at cricket is that I've never met anyone who has conquered the game, never played against or with anyone who's conquered the game. There is so much to learn in this great game, and there's so much for me to learn from Ash." Asked if they could face again post this tour, Lyon reckons spin bowling is a craft that the older you get, the better you get with age. There's definitely no limit for me, he said. And he also added, "I don't think there should be a limit for us as well. He's absolutely world-class, and there's a series in a couple of years' time, so who knows." All right, world number 1, Magnus Carlsen completed a remarkable double at the Tata Steel Chess India tournament in Kolkata as he clinched the Blitz title yesterday with a round to spare. Just a few days after securing the Rapid title, the 33-year-old maestro from Norway produced a scintillating performance, including a dramatic turnaround against Indian prodigy Arjun Erigaisi in the penultimate round to reach an unassailable 12 points. Carlsen capped off the tournament in style, defeating Vidit Gujrati in the final to finish with 3 consecutive wins and a total of 13 points to claim the Blitz crown. This marks his second double victory in Kolkata, replicating his triumph from 2019. Reflecting on his performance, Carlsen said, and I quote, "It was a really, really nervy day. I was lucky that Wesley was the one who went on a big streak because he couldn't realistically catch me. Overall, the tournament win is good. The score is not great, but very decent, so I'm happy. Shortly after their title triumph, Carlsen headed to Singapore to promote freestyle chess with Fabiano Caruana. He would be playing a match with Fabiano over the next few days. The Indian contingent performed admirably, with Irigasi, who had 10.5 points, claimed third place, followed by R. Pragnananda in the fourth with 9.5 points. And in the fifth, half a point behind Pragnananda was Arjun Irigasi. England bounced back to the top tier of the UEFA Nations League with an emphatic win over Ireland after Harry Kane's 69th international goal sparked a second-half scoring spree. In temporary head coach Lee Carsley's final game as in charge, a 5-0 win against Ireland secured promotion and ensured England will be back among Europe's leading nations in the next edition of the competition. After Harry Kane's opener in the 53rd minute, England pumped in 4 more in the next 26 minutes. Kane's 53rd minute penalty at Wembley was a record-extending goal for his country after Liam Scales brought down Jude Bellingham in the box and was sent off for a second yellow card offence. Within 5 minutes, England were 3-0 up through Anthony Gordon in the 55th and Conor Gallagher in the 58th. Substitute Jared Bowen made an immediate impact, scoring with his first touch in the 75th, and Taylor Howard-Bellis making his debut, headed in another 4 minutes later. Signing off on a high as England's standing head coach Carsley said, and I quote, "I wanted the England team to be exciting to watch and attacking. I see them do it day in and day out on the training ground, and now we've seen it on the field." England won their group on goal difference ahead of second place Greece, who beat Finland 2-0. Harry Kane explained how England in fact appeared a different side after the barren first half. He said, and I quote, "A really important win for us. It was a tough first half, but we came out second half with a lot more energy and we finished it off." England, which was set to welcome new head coach Thomas Tuchel in Germany, needed to match Greece's result to top Group B2. After 5 wins from 6 games, Carsley will now return to his permanent role as the head coach of England's under-21s. From here, Tuchel will lead England's campaign to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. All right, let's move on to the other game in the Nations League. Adrien Rabiot and Luca Digne. They delivered a killer combo to secure France's 3-1 win over Italy in their Nations League decider, celebrating their 50th international appearance in style. Rabiot netted 2 goals after Digne set him up twice, while Digne's thunderous free kick was accidentally deflected into Italy's net by keeper Guglielmo Vicario. Italy's only goal came from Andrea Cambiaso. With the win, France finished top of Group A2, securing 13 points, just ahead of Italy on goal difference after the Azzurris' 3-1 victory over France in September. Coach Didier Deschamps, he shared his pride in the squad, saying, "We had a young squad. I wanted to see a lot of players, and winning here against an Italian team who were full of confidence is a great performance." France and Italy entered their final Nations League A Group 2 clash, knowing that they had already secured their place in the 2-legged quarterfinal of the tournament set to be played in March. However, both sides knew top spot was still up for grabs. While Italy entered the clash with a 3-point lead over France, Didier Deschamps' men knew that a 2-goal win at San Siro would see them finish first. France's 3-1 win was enough for them to finish first, in fact. Israel debutant Yarden Shua scored an 86th-minute winner as they upset more fancied Belgium 1-0 in Budapest on Sunday. But the win was not enough for Israel to avoid relegation from the Nations League's top tier. Shua, who had come on as a second-half substitute, took advantage of a defensive mistake from Matt Smets to earn Israel their first win in Group A2, moving them level on 4 points with third-placed Belgium in the final standings. Belgium, however, avoided finishing bottom due to a better head-to-head record after beating Israel 3-1 in September. The result will keep more pressure onto this beleaguered Belgian side and on their coach Domenico Tedesco, while Israel would be delighted with 4 points from their last 2 matches, which also included a goalless draw against France in Paris on Thursday. Schua's goal came after Smets, who was also on as a substitute for his first cap, fluffed a pass across the face of his own penalty area that was pounced upon by Diaz Saba. While his effort was blocked, the 25-year-old Shua snapped up the loose ball to fire home. Belgium finished the group with a single victory and have won twice in the last 10 outings. It is a sequence of results that has seen Tedesco's future as Belgium coach come under scrutiny. Greece made it 5 wins from their 6 Nations League matches after defeating Finland in Helsinki. Even as they missed out on winning the group, Greece set themselves up nicely for a promotion opportunity in the playoffs. Greece beat Finland 0-2 at the Helsinki Olympic Stadium this morning in the 6th and the last match of the UEFA Nations League group stage, finishing second on 15 points in their League B group. The Blue and Whites opened the scoring in the 52nd minute from captain Anastasios Bakasetas. The goal saw Bakasetas move to 7th on the all-time goal scorers list for Greece with 17 points, equaling with strikers Kostas Mitroglou and Demis Nikolaidis. The Ethniki grabbed their second of the match quickly after their first when winger Christos Zolis lobbed the ball in from a distance into the net in the 56th minute, as England's 5-0 thrashing of Ireland meant that they sealed top spot and ascended into League A. The Greeks are now set to compete in the promotion relegation playoff next March for a chance to join England in moving up a division. Greece manager Ivan Jovanovic praised his side's performance both in their match with Finland and across the group stage more broadly, though urged patience and humility as they slowly build towards their ultimate goal of qualifying for the World Cup in 2026. Portugal trained in the coastal city of Split yesterday on the eve of their upcoming UEFA Nations League match against Croatia, aiming to secure an additional 3 points in their unbeaten run. Portuguese defender João Cancelo remains confident in the team's ability to perform despite top players Cristiano Ronaldo, Pedro Neto, Bernardo Silva and Bruno Fernandes being released from the match by their manager Roberto Martinez. Martinez decided to rest some of the biggest names in his squad after their thumping win over Croatia. The Seleção booked their place in the quarterfinals Nations League with a 5-1 over Poland. Win over Poland as Ronaldo had netted 2 goals. Meanwhile, Croatia are not taking the match lightly. The team's coach Zlatko Dalic stretched that they will not be playing for a draw despite needing only a point to progress to the quarterfinals. Portugal already assured of a quarterfinal spot, currently lead their group unbeaten with 13 points and sits 6 clear of Croatia, who suffered a 1-0 defeat against Scotland.
We want to finish the group phase in the highest level. Obviously, it's not just a game tomorrow. It's a lot of work that's been going on behind the scenes in September, October, and then now during November. So obviously, I expect a very tough game. Croatia needs a positive result to qualify. A team that I love to watch. We achieve our objectives, but if I can choose, I would choose to be in the position that we're in. We achieve our objective, but then is the next objective, and the next objective is the pressure that we create internally. We don't feel that playing for Portugal, it should be a free game.
Well, Cristiano Ronaldo will take some rest. The other football icon and Inter Miami star Lionel Messi and his national teammates gathered at the Argentine Soccer Association facilities to train ahead of their next FIFA World Cup qualifier against Peru. Argentina hosts Peru on Tuesday at the Alberto Armando Stadium in Buenos Aires. This is after they had lost to Paraguay last week 2-1. Argentina captain Messi had faced some intense heat from Paraguay fans Messi has been a talisman for Argentina for many years, and he actually had water bottles chucked at him by Paraguay fans during a match last Thursday. After the game, Paraguay defender Omar Alderete had apologized to Messi for the behavior of the fans and said there was not a reflection of the love the rest of the country feels for the legendary player. World Cup holders Argentina have topped CONMEBOL qualifying with 22 points from 11 games, while Peru sit 9th on 7 points. The top 6 teams will qualify automatically for the 2026 World Cup hosted by the United States, Mexico and Canada. On to tennis. Home favourite and world number 1 Jannik Sinner became the first Italian to win the ATP Finals titles yesterday following a dominant 6-4, 6-4 victory over Taylor Fritz of the USA. Sinner, who lost last year's final to Novak Djokovic, did not put a foot wrong this time round as he finished undefeated and without dropping a set to earn a lot of prize money. In fact, over 4 million in prize money. In a rematch of this year's US Open final, the 23-year-old Sinner broke Fritz's serve with a fine drop shot to take a 4-3 lead before notching the opener with his 10th ace in the match. Fritz, the first American finalist since 2006, also dropped serve in the second set by hitting a forehand long, which allowed the Italian Sinner to seal the contest in an hour and 25 minutes. Sinner had tested positive in 2 separate drug tests in March, and a decision to clear him of his wrongdoing was appealed by the World Anti-Doping Agency in September. A final ruling is expected from the Court of Arbitration for Sport early next year. And Sinner's victory in Turin was the latest big achievement in a year full of them following his first 2 Grand Slam titles at the Australian Open and the US Open and clinching the year-end number 1 ranking.
Yeah, for sure it was a very high quality week, starting from the beginning. Trying to understand the pace of the court, which then increased a little bit, which is normal because it was a bit more consumed, and I just tried to play the best possible tennis I could in every single moment, which I've done here, and then the crowd helped me a lot. So it was for sure one of the most special weeks I've had in a tennis court. So I'm very happy to have this trophy. I'm not looking about being the first, whatever. It's just stats. I'm what's now written. But me always try to improve as a player, and then trying to understand what I can do better. And this week was something where I always felt the ball very good, and even in practice sessions it was very smooth going, and the connection with the crowd was very nice. So. Let's see what's coming next year. It's, the future nobody can predict.
Sinner has won 26 of his last 27 matches and ends the ATP season with 8 titles and an overall record of 70-6.
It's tough to say. I mean, it's my goal was to understand what I can achieve. No, this year there was no specific goal of winning a Grand Slam or being number 1 or whatever, and it's gonna be the same next year. I mean, it's whatever we can catch we take, and then the rest we learn, and I think that was the mentality we approached this whole year, and trying to to raise my level in specific moments, which I've done throughout this year, and I'm very happy about that, because it's a very a nice way to finish off an incredible season. A lot of wins, a lot of titles. Talking in the tennis court, it was something what I was, I didn't put the goals, and I cannot answer you what I achieved by putting the goals in the beginning of the year. So I'm very happy, that's for sure.
Well, that's it on this edition of Game On. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.
The next Indian icons, beating everyone on the globe. A new perspective awaits. B6E and XEV9E. Mahindra's electric origin SUVs. Catch them at Unlimit India.
ये किसान की मजबूरी है इसको जलाना बिल्कुल नहीं चाहता।
सुप्रीम कोर्ट का आदेश का पालन करें, हम कानून के दायरे में रहकर काम करें, लेकिन हमारे लिए तो नहीं कोई कर रहा।
There is no wind in the city to blow it all away. The air cannot rise high enough to disperse. So everything gets trapped. And that's the reason why every winter we see pollution levels spiraling out of control.
If I zoom down from the global findings to the national level findings, what we really see is that air pollution continues to be the greatest external threat to human life expectancy.
This and more. Streaming on News 9 Plus. News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
How do you fulfill that promise? Because ultimately expectations have to be met. If you look at the political landscape, is it really changing for women? And what is the inability of the forces that dead bodies surface but not the living people?
Hello, what's up everyone? While writing lifestyle articles, I am Shani Arora. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to our show, Love It or List It. That happens to be my vlog as well. I am Pranvi Arora, a lifestyle content writer and a part-time vlogger. While writing for lifestyle articles, my interest on the topic took me to vlogging for the same. So, we are gonna go and explore really fun lifestyle upgrades for you guys.